Hello, I am Robert and welcome to my channel, where I discuss everything automated algorithmic trading, or simply algo trading. Today I'm going to talk about Bitcoin and where I think it's going to go based upon its historical perspective. Now, I've done several talks in the past about Bitcoin where I talked about the long-term consequences of its market behavior, and I talked about this bearish market. You'll find those both in my TradingView account under my ideas and on Patreon. But as you can see, from where it reached its all-time high to its low in a very long time, it has been slowly and steadily increasing in a bullish nature. This really is a good sign because it's a slow, steady, meticulous approach. It's not an extreme shift that's going to cause an equally extreme correction. This is what you want for a healthy market, and you want it to cycle around the median as a part of the natural progressiveness within a healthy level. Ideally, I'd like to see it cycle around the median for at least 6 months to a year before trying to get to another all-time high. And I still don't believe it's healthy for the market for it to take on this type of an aggressive upswing. As you can see here, where Bitcoin reached to such highs, it made a correction, but then it reached a new all-time high. While this correction here is important because it did help the market recover some, it wasn't long enough given the amount of extreme uptrend that it previously had. That extreme uptrend correlates directly to the extreme downtrend that we see here. And that extreme downtrend really hit the market in an aggressive way. So we really don't want to see a repeat of this, because this was a brutal year for the Bitcoin market. That being said, as we look forward towards the market continuing to progress towards its median and potentially upwards to some of the upper boundaries, having a slow cycle is definitely something that would be a positive for the market and bring a level of assurity into the market that hasn't been with Bitcoin for quite a while, considering the extreme fluctuations that it's exhibited. Overall, as the market continues, and I believe it will continue towards this median, there's going to be more and more volatility because the bulls and the bears are going to want to push price to even more extremes. Realistically, it's a matter of picking a trading paradigm that can weather that volatility. Accumulation and grid trading are really the best two approaches as long as you plan for your worst case scenario. And in both cases, a good hedging technique, either trading long and short in two different sub-accounts, or by trading inverse correlated pairs against Bitcoin, would be ideal for maintaining a healthy portfolio no matter what it does in the future. Both cases have their own mindset and their own risks versus rewards. So before you pick one of them, be sure to investigate everything appropriate to your own financial situation. Realistically, given what we've seen, I would expect that a proper correction or a normal cycle, given what we have for a history, would be within the third upper band right here, before it begins cycling down a little bit. So I think there's room for this market to grow and expand in a profitable way. But I really don't want to see it go above this third band, simply because then it gets back into the problem that it had a couple of years ago, where it just climbed so aggressively that it became so overvalued that the market crashed on itself. I think that's a bad situation, and we need to try to avoid it. If Bitcoin is going to take on more of a utilitarian nature, then it must have more of a cycled nature in terms of its price value, and it must respect the median. So far, it has done so recently, but previously, with the extreme pushes up and down, it hasn't necessarily done that. So overall, I think the market looks good for long positions, and I think with a careful trading approach and proper risk management, there's going to be a lot of profit here that can be earned. Even in short-term ranges, as you can see here, there are good opportunities that can really capitalize on where the market is moving. So as you progress with your trading, be sure to keep in mind the overall pattern is going to move towards its median. Now, anywhere in these two boundaries would be an acceptable place for it to begin either moving downward or pushing upwards. In essence, it's in a neutral state market-wide for the longevity of its total picture. So that's where I think volatility is going to be the strongest, and where I think the bulls and the bears of the market are going to try to leverage the most aggressiveness to try to push it in one way or the other. The further you move away from the median, the more likely it is that you are going to encounter the elastic band effect that's going to want to pull the market back towards the median. Whether it's below the median or above the median, you're going to see volatility towards the median. So I think that's an important and critical assessment to be made about the market. So we are going towards the median. I think that's pretty clear based upon the direction. We have at least 10% market value to gain. Maybe more, maybe a little less, but I think it's clear we're going to hit the median. The big question is time. I don't think it's going to happen as fast as many people want. If you look at the current trend already, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes another 6 months before it hits the median. For example, here we're at July and August, and then here we're at May to July. So you can see how each boundary of 10% is taking 1 to 2 months. I'm going to say 1.5 is a safe basis. So basically another 1.5 months at its current rate, if it maintains its current rate, price will be back to the median. It may or may not, based upon what happens when school season starts, when the markets begin to slow down for the winter, so forth. So we shall see. But keep in mind that this is, I believe, going to be a bullish market for at least a month. If you like this video or want to see analysis on other assets, please let me know in the comments, and please give it a thumbs up and like it to help me with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for watching, and until next time.